Hello! Today we are going to be learning how to insert our hook, because making chains is fine and good, but there's not a ton you can do with them. If you did it like really long and then you wrapped it around a couple of times, it could make a pretty interesting looking cowl maybe, but that's not what we're here for. That's not what we're crocheting for, right? All right, today we're going to learn how to insert our hook. Now I could write an entire PhD thesis on all the different ways you can insert your hook to get different looks and things. As I said in the last video, my goal with these is to show you the default way to do it. The default way is the way pattern writers will assume you'll do things unless they tell you otherwise. Okay? So if they don't tell you how to insert the hook, I'm going to show you how they expect you to do it. Okay, so we're going to start with our slip knot again. Take our loop, grab the working yarn, and pull it tight. I'm going to insert my hook into that loop and pull it. So today we're going to be learning how to do a single crochet. We need to start with a base chain, which we learned in the previous video. So we're going to yarn over and pull through, and we're going to do that 11 times. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if you lost track, and you might often lose track if you have to crochet a lot of chains to start, you count your stitches by counting the V's. So we got 2 arms here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. You notice we got to 11 before I got to the loop on my hook, and that is because the loop on your hook does not count as a stitch in regular crochet. Again, basically anything I say, just imagine there's a little asterisk next to it with the exceptions. Now, as a beginner who's never crocheted before, I'm going to tell you that when you work into this base chain, make sure you go under 2 strands of yarn when you insert your hook. It doesn't matter which 2. When you get a little bit more advanced, we'll go over different ways that you can do this, but for now, we're going to just do whatever works. It doesn't matter. For single crochet, to do the first row, you skip a stitch and start working into the second one. So this was our 11th chain. We're going to work into the 10th. Okay, and I'm just going to insert my hook under this bar, and if you turn it over here, you'll see there's a second bar of yarn that I'm working through. There's 1 on the bottom and there's 2 on the top. I'm going to yarn over, pull through, and now I have 2 loops on my hook. To complete this stitch, we yarn over and pull through 2. That doesn't look like a whole lot, so we're going to keep going. So we're going to find the next chain. Here it is here. I'm going to go under these 2 strands of yarn. I'm going to yarn over, pull it through the chain, so you have 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through both. Again, you can see while I'm working, I'm keeping the active loops on this section between the thumb rest and the throat there. Let's do another one. We're going to insert, making sure we go under 2 bars. If your chain is a little twisty, just make sure you go under 2. It doesn't matter. If you really can't, just go under 1. It doesn't matter. Not at this stage. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2. We're going to do that all the way across. We're going to insert under 2, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And the next one, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. I've lost a stitch somewhere. It doesn't matter. You might have lost some stitches too. Yeah, and I'm out of chains as well. So it doesn't matter. Again, we're just learning how to do single crochet. We're not actually making anything. But it doesn't matter what stitch you're working into your base chain, you work it in the same way. So for single crochet, we can't just start back the way we came because the hook is too low. See, if we turn, the hook is like right at the top of these stitches. So it's not really going to work. So we need something called a turning chain. The turning chain, it's kind of poorly named, but it's fine for what we're doing now. You turn and then you chain. For single crochet, we do a single chain. Now with some stitches, this chain that you do, basically if it's higher than 1 chain, you count it as a stitch. But since we only did 1, we're just gonna not count it as a stitch. So we have these V's going across the top of our stitches, right? To insert in the standard default way, you're gonna go under those 2 V's. You're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so the next one, we're going to find our V's. I'm going to insert under the V, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Find the V's. I don't think we have 10 stitches anymore, but that's fine. Now you see how mine is kind of curling and all that? That's common for this stitch. Don't worry about it. If you can't easily pull it back into place, you might be crocheting too tightly, but at this stage, we just want to learn this stitch. Okay, so we're going to start another row. We're going to turn our work, going to chain 1 because we're doing single crochet. And then we're going to find the first V to work under and put our hook through under the first V. Okay, and just keep doing this back and forth until you feel like you've really got the hang of this stitch. Okay, the basics of the single crochet is to insert your hook, pull up a loop, so you have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's it. Now, once you got the hang of this a little bit, you're going to want to count your stitches so that you can make sure that each row has the same amount each time. And doing this will let you be able to tell when you've gotten to the end of a row without having to count your stitches every time. Because on a sample this size, it's not a big deal. But if you're doing like 100 stitches or hundreds of stitches, say you're making a blanket or something, you're not going to want to count. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I was pretty sure I lost 2 stitches on the first row, but again, it doesn't matter. So chain 1, and we're going to make sure we have 8 stitches across here. So insert under the first V. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you get to that last stitch, really look at what you're doing so that you will recognize it the next time it comes around. And that's just it. Keep going until you get the hang of it. Maybe do 5 or 6 rows, until you get the feeling of how it works. However many rows works for you. Then rip it out and do it again, because we don't want to forget how we inserted into that base chain. So you're just going to rip it out and do it again. So probably don't make these too big. We're not keeping these. We're going to do our slip knot. Put our hook in and do it again. Chaining 11. And then working into the chain. See if I can actually get 10 stitches this time. Split the yarn. I'm pretty sure I got it that time. You know what the difference is? I was looking at my hands and not the camera. Well, there's my single crochets. So keep doing that until you get the hang of it. And then join us next time where we will learn how to do a double crochet, which is about twice as high as these. Thanks for watching.